Hey, it's Dr. Spates here with Count 512617, and I have some important announcements as well as your responsibilities for the next 2 weeks. Remember, we're getting ready to go into spring break, and I want everyone to have a moment to have downtime, to refresh, and to come back and finish the second half of the semester strong. Here are a couple announcements as we move forward. These are the things that will be due March 23rd in 2 weeks, so you'll have the chance to take a true break. I want you to keep in mind that the case study number 2 is available to you in its entirety. We're dealing with ability this time, and you will not have a reflection due. Instead of completing reflection 7 or doing a reflection separately, it is tied into the case. So please look at the directions on case study 2. One of those parts will be doing a small, brief summary of chapter 7 and then using the rest of that chapter to apply it to the case and be able to answer the questions. So you are not doing, once again, you are not doing a separate reflection. There is no reflection due separate from your other responsibilities. That means that the only things that you need to work on are completing case study number 2 and then completing your work on part 2 of the final project, which is the annotated bibliography. This is your chance to get some legit sources to go ahead and write about them, summarize what they are, and then explain how they're going to be useful if you're using something outside of academic sources. If you found a useful video, if you found maybe a useful resource or an interview that you've made, then you want to explain how that's useful to the chapter. Other than that, make sure you summarize and correctly cite using APA format the citations that you're going to use in your references for the final project. So those are the two primary things that you need to work on over the next 2 weeks. That is it. I'm trying to reduce your workload. I know last time you had 3 things due. This time you will only have 2 things due. So I want to make sure that everyone's clear on that. That is all for the checklist for the 23rd. I do have some other announcements that I want to give you really quickly before I end this video. I want to continue our celebration of Women's History Month and just celebrate again the contributions of women and make sure that we recognize that. We had the chance to have Tarana Burke of the Me Too movement visit our campus this evening. I hope many of you were able to make it. If not, I hope there may be a chance for her to view videos or look at pictures of her visit to the campus. A few announcements. Case study 1, if you didn't know already, was based on a case that happened actually earlier this year at Michigan State University. This was at their bookstore and gift shop where this incident took place. If you would like to read more, I will have a few links posted on the course website for you to take a look. But that's what it was based on, Michigan State University. This actually happened. This was a real display. And it got several news outlets that covered it, including CNN and other major newspapers. Finally, I want to send my apologies. Some of you have emailed because you were wondering what's going on for this week or if there was other things due. And I just want to apologize. I sit on several committees and I've been in meetings dealing with the coronavirus. As many of us are already aware, there is the possibility that things are going to change at Missouri State for a temporary amount of time. In the case that they do, I will keep you updated on how those things will impact our course. We're already online, but because I teach other courses that are actually seated, if in the chance that we do move completely online, there may be some delays and some things as we try to transition. So I'm just asking for your patience and your forgiveness in advance during this time as we're all trying to figure out how to best serve our campus community during this time. With that said, I'm going to post some reminders from our provost of the university and give you some reminders to make sure that if you are traveling over spring break, that you wash your hands, that you get enough rest, that you're not touching people unless you have to. Be careful. Wash your hands frequently, as well as make sure to stay clean. If you're coughing or not feeling well, be sure to use a tissue. If not, go into your elbow and use that as well to sneeze or to cough into that. But please do not cough over people or to touch your face too many times or rub your eyes. Those are all highly contagious behaviors, so make sure that you are taking the proper precautions. I want to wish you all a happy spring break. Hope that you take care and enjoy yourselves. We'll see you in 2 weeks.